I'm so happy to see you again.
I am, because it's good that you're watching this video again. It's good that you're part of this journey, and I have to admit, restarting this YouTube channel has just been so much fun. And currently, like, I'm celebrating every view, every like, and everyone following. So if you're kind of thinking about following or not, make me happy. Give me a follow. That would be amazing. I've actually just arrived in yet again Munich, but a totally different job. And let's see. Oh my goodness, I look like a mess. I've just been on a train for 4 hours, and I've just arrived in my hotel to give a pitch training tomorrow, and it's around 5 o'clock in the evening. I've got a sound check and location check coming up in about 2 hours time. And to be honest, I've kind of learned the hard way, not the hard way, but the stressful way, that it really makes sense to arrive early, especially nowadays when trains, when aeroplanes aren't quite as dependable as they used to be. And I always try and have 3-4 hours of cushion time in between. And my pitch training, well, Keynote, where I talk about the art of pitching in front of an audience and then pick out some people who volunteer and play games with me. And it actually happening tomorrow. It's 1,300 hours, but traveling from Vienna 4 hours, you know, where stuff can happen. I always like being here the night before. And yeah, now time to settle in and give you a room tour. There's a hotel for tonight, and it's got something interesting. It's this light up there that keeps changing. And I haven't quite figured out how, and I'm just thinking it would be amazing if I can steer it. If I can't steer it and influence it, it's going to drive me not nuts, but you know. Bed, ton of mirrors, and yeah, well, there I am. TV, and actually quite a nice bathroom over there. It's quite warm, but I like that. And the hotel is called Leonardo, so there's that dude. Oh, and by the way, I got to show you my new coat. This, well, you're thinking that's a normal jacket, but actually, it goes down to there. It's long because my wife said, look, when you're out with the little one the whole time, you gotta, in some form or function, you know, make sure that you stay warm. Now I may have cut myself off. She said, look, when you're out with the little one the whole time, sitting on park benches while he's sleeping, it's cold, and she's right. So she persuaded me to get one of these super nice long coats, which you know, look like I'm walking around in a sleeping bag, but in fact it kind of keeps me. That I'm not good at this yet. There, but it keeps me nice and warm on park benches when I sit there. Mom and dads will understand. If you're not a mom and dad, now you know how to spot one. Now you learned something new, huh? So I'm just back from the systems check if my stage works and everything, and turns out, yeah, didn't work, and that's why I like showing up early. And what was meant to be one button, just, you know, pressing the HDMI, did not work, and they had to call a technician in. It took 45 minutes until the poor guy arrived, just to find out it was a loose socket. He just kind of gave it a little bit of a wiggle, and there it worked. But that's why I always like being somewhere early, having the time to check in and making sure that things work. And if they don't work, to have the time to react. Yeah, and just one thought and one remark. It's always funny when people come and say, did you plug it in? Yes. Oh, it's a Mac. I don't like Macs. And you're like, yeah, but that's what I have. And the funny thing is, like, most technicians in like hotels and whatever it is always give me the feeling like to be like doing this the first time. And I think it's really important to remain friendly and remain professional, even if they kind of give me that feeling like not knowing how things work. And you know, I think the trick is to always, I don't know, always be friendly and professional, even if it's sometimes a little hard. Next step, by the way, food. Yep, looking for some food again and trying to not get lost. Well, no, that's probably not getting lost, but you know, well, it does look different than it does on the map, but should be here. What one does to get good pizza, which is my favorite food before I have keynotes. Margarita pizza. Because it's, you know, it's a fine line of making a good pizza and a bad pizza. And for me, the finest form of pizza is pizza margarita. Unless, however, it's margarita with mozzarella di bufalo. Bet you wanted to know that. By the way, what you might want to know is, you know, I do call myself the pitch professor. You're thinking, why'd you do that? Did you come up with that? No, I didn't. I actually was awarded that title by this lot. Might tell you about that story sometime, but it's a university where I lecture, and I'm very proud of it. I'm happy, I'm hungry, I'm happy, I'm hungry. Hopefully I don't bump into anyone. I got pizza, I got pasta. Ah, lovely. What a way to spend the evening when I'm not with my wife and my son whom I miss. That's a good compensation. The moment of truth. So exciting. That's interesting. It's interesting. I'd say I'll give it 7 out of 10. This looks a little bit too moist, but let's see. Let's give it a shot. I'm hungry. It could be a little more, you know. Let's try. It does the bendy thing, which is good. Let's do the blasphemy thing. Let's try. A bit tomatoey, but nice and fluffy. Not bad. Now, I have no idea of pizza, but I like pizza. And fun fact, I actually once spent a 2-day training in school at a pizza bakery in Italy in the 90s. So I'm totally qualified for this. Anyhow, you see it's been a long day and I'm rambling, but that's the idea of a vlog, right? What I also ordered was penne, pasta, and it said chili, and I like chili, and they meant it well. I'm like on fire, like in a good way, but I've actually got my nose running and I'm slightly sweating. And I always want to get hiccups when I eat chili, and that's a good thing. That's the chili part. There. Anyhow, I think I'm going to leave it for here while I sweat and enjoy life having eaten chili. And now what I'm going to do is try not to... My nose is also all over the place. Now what I'm going to do is have a shower soon, relax and focus on tomorrow's keynote, aka the pitch training for tomorrow, and just try and relax and rest. Ugh. Good morning. I'm still all squishy faced. I think that comes probably with age. Slept well, and now time for some breakfast. It's unusual, this job, because normally like I have my keynotes in the evening or in the morning, and I always get up at some ridiculous times, but this time it's at 1300 hours, so it's really, I actually got to sleep, which is really good. And I'll have some breakfast, and I think having breakfast in hotels is always kind of awkward in a way when you're on your own, because you sit there on your own, and I don't want to bring my laptop and work, so you sit there and kind of look at your phone, which is also a bit weird. But you gotta eat. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one with that feeling. Back from breakfast, and that was good. I found a corner where I could kind of hide a bit from conversation. It's not that I don't want to talk with people, it's just like in the morning I'm just all, not too talkative. Which is going to change now, because my keynote is 2.5 hours, and 1.5 hours I have to go on standby, and just checking everything. So I'm going to have a shower now, go through my lines, relax,
and then it's go time.
So I'm ready to go. Yeah, looking forward to this 2 challenges. Number 1 is there was a bit of a loose contact yesterday, so I'm very much eager to set up my notebook and just, there you go, I don't want to fill my hand, and just establish, I'll take that in hand, and establish that it's actually working. So I'm not nervous, but yeah, just hope that goes well. And number 2, there's an exciting one, is a bunch of translators who are going to be translating my keynote in several languages. So I was told to talk at a specific pace, and I should be fine. But that's also kind of a new, several languages, several translators, so let's see what kind of pace they have. And yeah, anyhow, let's get set up. I'm talking too quickly, so I have to slow down. And I'm talking in green today. Hope you like that. Bit of a delay because of a speaker in front of me. They had some issues with their beamer, so fingers crossed that my notebook's gonna work and that I get the train later on. But it's a beautiful lobby, and it's always nice to kind of just sit down, even if it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and just relax a bit. Yeah, I'm quite liking the screen and the light by now. Now here's the moment of truth. Boom, it's working. That makes me happy. So it's working. I've also ordered my taxi, which is a bit of a tight squeeze to make it to the train station in time. So I'm ending at 3, and that's... Let's see. I'm optimistic to make it, but at the end of the day we'll see. And I'm excited now. However, I've just discovered one thing. It's all been fixed, and now I'm just observing the room filling up, and it's still awkward vlogging in public, but all fixed, all ready to go. 5 minutes to go. Excited. Off the stage and right in the cab. This was just crazy. So made it to the train station. I got to figure out where to go, and the funny thing was I was like literally off stage, ran out to grab the cab to get me to the station on time. And the funny thing was just sitting in the taxi with my adrenaline pumping, and just sitting in the taxi being quiet, and obviously the taxi driver not knowing what I just done. Really funny scenario. Now yeah, let's find the train, not get mugged. People looking at me right now. That's now made it to the platform, as you call it, and it's like a small. It's not like München Hauptbahnhof, the main station. It's like a smaller station here, München Ost, Munich East, and I found it really hard to find the station because, hey, my adrenaline is still flowing, and it's so weird to step off the stage and right into the cab. My eyes like popping open, and I'm being quiet because I just don't want to bubble all over the place. And now I'm seeing like the adrenaline is going down. I've bought like a bunch of stuff to eat because I'm always so hungry when I go off stage, and looking forward to unwind in the train. And what was interesting today was just like the amount of translators, and it worked very well. Just interesting. I had a volunteer to step in afterwards for a pitching game, and the lady mainly spoke Italian, so it was something new for me to have someone on stage with whom I couldn't directly communicate. But interestingly, it worked again. It's always down to the fundamentals, and for me, giving feedback on the pitching in a language that I couldn't fully understand. Kind of, I speak a bit of Italian, but then again, it was really interesting because I could read her body language, and I always say body language gives away so much, and it was really interesting to see it. Also the way her body language told the story, where she was confident, where she wasn't confident, where she felt well, didn't feel so well. And it was just good again to re-establish the fundamentals I believe in so strongly. And great day, and thanks for being with me. And as always, don't forget, every like, every subscription, it makes a world of a difference. I'm enjoying myself, I hope, so are you. Take care, and see you next week. Bye-bye.